It's a relief that the American role in the misguided Iraq war is finally over. It came to an official close on Thursday with an appropriately subdued ceremony in Baghdad. We mourn the nearly 4,500 American troops and tens of thousands of Iraqis who lost their lives. After so much pain and sacrifice, Iraqis now have the responsibility for making their own better future. The fighting is not over, and success is still a long shot. The United States has a major role to play, encouraging, supporting, and goading Iraq's leaders to make the long-delayed political compromises that are their only hope for building a stable democracy. The fact that Saddam Hussein is gone is a genuine cause for celebration. But the list of errors and horrors in this war is inexcusably long, starting with a rash or a rush to invasion based on disputed intelligence. The Bush administration had no plan for governing the country once Saddam was deposed. The Iraqi economy still bears the sears and scars from the first frenzied days of looting. The decision to disband the Sunni-dominated Iraqi army helped unleash 5 years of sectarian strife that has not fully abated. Iraq's political system remains deeply riven by ethnic and religious differences. America's reputation has yet to fully recover from the horrors of Abu Ghraib. The country is still paying a huge price for President George Bush's decision to shortchange the war in Afghanistan. American policymakers for generations to come must study these mistakes carefully and ensure that they are not repeated. As far as Iraq today is concerned, the authoritarian tendencies of Prime Minister Nouri Qameh al-Maliki are deeply entrenched. A member of the Shiite majority that was badly persecuted under Saddam, he has been far more interested in payback than inclusion. Washington has pushed him over the years, but the Baghdad government has promised 100,000 members of the Sunni Awakening Movement, insurgents whose decision to switch sides helped end the Civil War, but only half that have been hired. Parliament still needs to enact a law called for in the Constitution that needs to be enacted and would provide a legal basis for determining who should be persecuted for supporting Saddam Ba'ath's party or other extremist ideologies. Iraq's leaders have many more issues to resolve. Incredibly, they have still not decided now to divide the country's oil wealth. There is no agreement on who will control the oil-rich city of Kirkuk, which is claimed by both Baghdad and the semi-autonomous Kurdish regional government. Iraq on production still has not rebounded, and basic services like electricity are still woefully inadequate. Iraq needs an impartial justice system. Washington has pressed Baghdad for years to end corruption and build a representative government. It will need to keep pressing. After investing billions of dollars, the United States has had more success rebuilding Iraq's security forces. But Iraqi and American commanders say these forces are not ready to fully protect the country against insurgents or potentially hostile neighbors. There are critical weaknesses in intelligence, air defenses, artillery, and logistics. The Obama administration was unable to reach a new defense agreement with Baghdad that would have allowed several thousand American troops to stay behind as backup. We hope that the Iraqi army will do better than expected. The administration must be prepared to offer limited help if the army gets into serious trouble. President Obama, who first ran for office campaigning against the war, has never wavered in his promise to bring the troops home. The last few thousand will be out of Iraq by year's end. We celebrate their return, but the country must never forget the intolerable costs of a war started on arrogance and lies.
On passe